When I'm at a party or I'm at a network meeting or I'm somewhere where people see my skin and they understand what I do for a living, they always ask me, why does iridology work? Well, I say, look, if you've got a few minutes and you're really genuine, I'll tell you. See, iridology emanates from a very interesting discovery made about 300 years ago in Hungary. Was a correlation between a wounded owl at 6 o'clock in the owl's eyes and a broken leg that the owl suffered. From there, many interesting scientists and doctors and practitioners of wellness did a lot of work. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of work with patients, and then they were able to put a chart together on how to read the iris of the eye, which is the actual rainbow, the color of the eye, right? So I'm going to see a spectacular case about how iridology is such a fantastic subject when you know how to apply the recovery and the protocols to get someone better. No matter what disease, whether it's stress, whether it's skin problem, whether it's sleeplessness, insomnia, you use iridology to find the problem, and then you know exactly, and you see the results within a few weeks. So this one here is an amazing case. The guy was about 38 years old. Okay, that's his right eye. Okay, now the moment I took that photo of the eye with this camera, the moment I saw it, I knew he was stressed. He was very stressed. You can see the pupils dilated. It's like when someone's scared in the dark, the pupil dilate, right? So I took a photo of his eyes, and it was massive dilation. This is very unusual because usually the pupil is much tighter than that, which I'll show you in a minute. And so once we understand the practice of iridology, as 50 odd years I've been doing it, you'll notice that you'll see rings around here, and those rings are compressed at the moment because the pupil is dilated. Okay. Now, when someone's got dilated pupils like that, you know they're stressed. They've probably got 4 or 5 rings of stress or contraction furrows, rings in the eye, which indicate the level of stress. Remember what I said earlier? 1 ring, 20% stress. 2 rings, 40% stress. All the way to 5 rings. 5 rings is enormous stress. Now, as a practitioner, if you see someone with 5 rings, there's a very strong chance they will think about suicide. They will think about ending their life. So you've got to act very quickly. So in this case, when I saw this young man, how worried he was, how stressed he was, we applied our techniques, and have a look at that. This is a few weeks later, about 4 or 5 weeks later. Look at that. This is the same eye. Okay, so if we do it properly like that, you see that mark there? Here it is here. See, like that. See, it's the same eye. What's the difference? He has calmed down enormously. Here, stress level 5. That's like 100% stress. Big trouble. Here, down to 60%. Right? Still a bit dilated, but you can see the rings here. You can see the rings around it. And these are the rings that are indicators of stress in that person's life. But you can see after 6 weeks of treatment, he's about down to 60% stress. So, of course, we need to go down to 0, and this will shrink by another half. So look at the difference. So iridology works as long as you know what the symptoms are in the eyes. We can then recommend the appropriate recommendation for the stress to disappear completely. Now, if you like what you've seen, subscribe to this video and you get some amazing advice like this. And if you've been to many doctors, many skin specialists, whoever, or many stress like psychologists, come and see us. Get your eyes photographed and get results like this or better.